Closing a restaurant isn't a day, it's a job. The moment I decided Las Cruces was done, I thought the hard part was over. I'd already made the call, the one that took 2.5 years to make. I figured the rest was just logistics. I was wrong. There's a whole second chapter nobody talks about, the wind down. And week one alone means accounting for roughly $15,000 in food and liquor inventory on the shelves. $5,000 in gift card liability I still owe customers, and a team of people who could be facing tough times ahead because of my decision to close. This is what closing a restaurant actually looks like. The checklist, the cost, and the stuff that surprised me. Before I touched a single vendor contract, I sat down with my staff, one-on-one, as many as I could. Not a group announcement, not a notice on the wall. Face to face, because that's what they deserved. That conversation was harder than any P&L I've ever read. Here's what I decided. We stay open. Not because we're profitable, we're not, but because my people depend on these shifts and they deserve the time to find something else. Every week we stay open is a week they're making money while they figure out their next move. I also didn't just wish them luck. I made a few calls. A few of my employees are now working with one of my business partners. A few others are coming with me to Central City Barbecue. That's not nothing. These are people who showed up for me for 2.5 years. The least I could do was show up for them. And here's the thing, legally, I didn't owe them any notice at all. The Federal WARN Act, the one that requires 60 days before closing, only kicks in at 100 employees. We were well under that, so I could have locked the doors the next morning and been completely within my rights. I didn't. We stayed open and gave the team as much runway as we could. Some states have their own rules at lower headcounts, so check yours. I'll be straight with you though. I couldn't place everyone. I helped who I could, but I couldn't catch every single person. And that's the part that sits with me. We're heading into the slow summer season, and there's only so much room to absorb people when business is already soft. I hate that I couldn't do more. But telling you I saved everyone would be a lie. And the whole point of this channel is the real version. If you take one thing from this video, take this. How you treat the employees on the way out as an operator means more than anything you did on the way in. Your staff will remember it, your industry will remember it, and honestly, you will too. Now the operational side, and this is where it gets expensive fast if you're not paying attention. Food inventory. You have to count everything, not estimate. Count every protein, every dry good, every produce order you just took on delivery. That number tells you two things: what you can sell through before close and what you'll absorb as a loss on anything you can't move. Stop ordering the moment you make the decision. Run your existing inventory down as far as you can. Time your close date around your order schedule. We close on a Saturday on purpose, a strong service day. So we burn through the majority of our refrigerated inventory instead of eating it as a loss. And this is where a decision I made years ago paid off. We run almost no freezer space. I don't believe in freezers. We're known for fresh, made-to-order food, so we keep very little frozen stock, which meant when it came time to close, there was no deep freeze full of product to write off. The leaner you run your inventory while you're open, the less you absorb when you close. The stuff you genuinely can't use, call a food bank. You get the write-off, the goodwill, and the B-roll. It's the right move. Liquor inventory, we still had a fair amount of liquor on the shelves. A lot of operators either try to liquidate it cheap or just walk away from it. There's a better play. Call your distributors. Some will take back the unopened product. It depends on the rep and the brand, but it's always worth the conversation. You're not going to get full wholesale value back, but you'll get something. And something beats a loss. Also, call your liquor reps directly. These are relationships you've built. They want to help you close cleanly because they're thinking about the next time you call them, for the next concept, for a referral, for anything. Let them help you figure out what to do with the remaining inventory. Handle it professionally and they'll remember it. The rest of the inventory isn't going to waste either. We're moving it into another one of my licensed operations through the proper state channels. More on how that works once it's done. Dry goods, same logic. Before you write any of it off, call the vendor. A lot of suppliers will take back sealed, shelf-stable product or credit your account. We sent back everything we could. $5,000. That's what Las Cruces owes customers who bought gift cards and never used them. There are operators who would let that disappear. I'm not one of them. We're honoring every gift card through close and after. If you have a Las Cruces gift card and we're already closed by the time you see this, bring it to Central City Barbecue. We'll take care of you. And it's not just gift cards. We had events on the books. People who'd put down deposits for parties and catering. Every one of those gets honored or refunded. Somebody trusted you with their money and their date. You don't get to keep it just because you're the one closing. Here's why this matters beyond the ethics. Your reputation travels. New Orleans is a small city with a long memory. The way you handle $5,000 in gift cards will be talked about a lot longer than $5,000 is worth. Honor your obligations, full stop. Okay, the operational wind down. Here's what week 1 actually looks like. Export your data before you cancel anything. The second you shut off the POS and your vendor portals, you lose your sales history, your customer list, your financials, the exact stuff you need for taxes and for whatever you build next. Pull all of it first, download it, back it up, then start canceling. Contracts, kill the silent bleed first. Every recurring charge that keeps hitting after you decided to close is money you're just giving away. Internet and cable, POS subscription and return the hardware, credit card processing, music licensing, whatever you're paying. Delivery storefronts like DoorDash and Uber Eats, deactivate these immediately or orders keep coming in. Alarm monitoring, pest control, grease trap, and hood cleaning, linen service. That last one, linen service, will bite you. Whoever you use, they auto-renew and the early termination fees are real. Read your contract before you call. Phone downgrade, don't cancel. We dropped to the simplest plan. One line with voicemail and messages forwarded to email and text. You still want to catch the customers or vendor calls during wind down, but there's no reason to keep paying for a full multi-line system once the doors are closing. Insurance, right size it. We dropped workers' comp once the last employee was off payroll, then pulled the operational general liability coverage once we stopped serving. Now we carry just building insurance on the property. One thing to ask your broker about: if the space is going to sit vacant, a lot of standard policies stop covering an empty building after 30 to 60 days. So you may need specific vacant property coverage. Control the story online. Before Google does it for you, mark your Google business profile permanently closed and update your social bios. If you don't, a gray permanently closed banner just shows up one day, and the first your regulars hear of it is from a search engine. Say it in your own words, on your own timing. Leased equipment, things you don't own, ice machine, dish machine, CO2 tanks, water filtration, these aren't yours. Find out who holds the lease and arrange returns. Missing one means you keep getting billed. The physical close, walk-ins, reach-ins, defrost, deep clean, prop the doors open after, or you're growing mold in a building you still are responsible for. Sanitize beer lines and the beer cooler completely. Clean the restrooms, the hood, the fryers. Arrange used oil pickup. Pump the grease trap. Change the locks. Collect every key and every alarm code on the last day. Shoot dated photos and video of the final condition, even if you own the building. You want documentation of the state you left it in. Full stop. Here's where we are after week 1. Food and liquor inventory start around 15,000. Combined, we've already sold through most of the meat, so we're down to about half that. Donating what food's left, handling the liquor through buyback and the proper channels. Gift card liability, $5,000, honored through close and at Central City Barbecue after. Events on the books, honored or refunded. Space owned, being cleaned, and prepped for sale or lease. Staff, most of the team placed, not everyone, no one I didn't try for. The wind down isn't glamorous. There's no opening day energy, no grand moment. It's just work. Expensive, emotionally draining work that you have to do right even when every instinct says just close the door and walk away. Don't walk away. The way you close is the way the industry remembers you. This isn't over. There's more wind down ahead, and I'll keep walking you through it here.